I'm gonna change out the Speedo cable. The old one had broke right here. I was able to JB weld it, but now I'm thinking that the cable is rounded off and it's not catching. Fairly straightforward process. The cable, oh, here it is, coming in to the back of the tack, and this goes down all the way into the transmission. To do that, we have to take off the tunnel one more time. I've probably taken all this stuff apart 3 or 4 times now. Pretty familiar with it. Pull this down. I can pull this completely out. Next, we gotta remove these 4 screws, the boot, and then the transmission housing screws. Oh, look, I'm missing one. That's it. You're gonna have to play with it a little bit, but it starts coming out nice and easy. There's the transmission mounts. Looks like they're holding up good, but here's that cable. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reroute it down below this so it doesn't make such a sharp turn right here, which could cause it to snap probably. It'll loop down further under. If I'm not mistaken, that's probably a 7/16. Looks like it's still connected. Tip a little mangled up, bent, rounded off. Alright, I've removed it from the back of the Speedo, and you can see where I've glued it with some JB weld, and that is like a very strong bond. I mean, it's not come apart yet, but I think that the cable is just so old. I'm starting to round off, it's not catching. Comparison to the new cable from Rimmer Bros. Not excited about this connection. Feels very cheap. Feels cheaper than this plastic. But that's what you get on these aftermarkets. Almost forgot to mention there's a little rubber grommet that goes right here. Doesn't look like they even use grommets anyways, you know. But I'd like to put it back how I found it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna fit that over the cable. Alright, with a little persuasion, I was able to get it in. Don't ask me how I did it. Well, I guess I had forgotten how short that cable was. Originally I wanted to go underneath all this, but it's just a few inches shorter, so it looped straight back down. First I clipped it under the back of here. With this in place, there's not a lot of wiggle room. And then that gives you, it pushes that, it pushes this cable in the back of the Speedo. Otherwise, if you put this on first, it's just, it won't grab the transmission. Because it pushes out, it just only pushes in one way. It's got this little stopper right here. So I put the Speedo gauge on first, and then I go hook it up to the transmission. Well, now it's all hooked up. I gotta take it for a spin, but I'm gonna remove these little tabs for the transmission tunnel. I just know those are gonna go flying somewhere. And it'll be alright. I'm not gonna go too fast. Let's see, I got, oh look, there's just one sitting over here, top of the frame. Yeah, it's better. Peace of mind, you know. And I'll put this on the workbench. I don't spill it. Pull this out of here. Give me some room. This is the battery disconnect I installed because the it interrupts the ground And someone had said to do that because if you interrupt the positive and for some reason it's still grounded, it can cause it to short in an event of a crash or something. So they said it would be better if we grounded or put the switch on the ground. Well, let's stop talking and start firing her up. Make sure everything's tight. We just gave it a wax yesterday, and it's not beautiful, but it's looking a hell of a lot better than before. I ordered another one of these stickers. I think they're only like $9 on Rimmer Bros, but I'm just not happy with how it just, I know it looks okay here, but when you start looking at it, it just looks like it goes upward. It doesn't look right. It should probably come downward with the S. I think this gap right here from here is a little bit offset. Put this back on. All right, since it's a little cold, I'll hold a choke. Just gotta wake her up sometimes. All right. This is exciting.